Active Investor here, bringing you another independent analysis. This time we're taking a look at ticker symbol MCUR, that's Macrocure Ltd. The chart we're looking at today is a 5-minute chart. Each candlestick on this chart representing only 5 minutes of trading. We're taking a look only at the information from today. Very intraday analysis here. And you can see MCUR had a great day today, but it didn't quite hold all the gains that it made, unfortunately. So this gray area on the left side of the screen, that is the pre-market. And it's not the entire pre-market, but I did leave that there for reference. So once the gray area is gone, that's when the market opens. So we had the market open here. You can see no volume, no action on the stock at all in that first, what would that be, about 30 minutes of trading. And when the action started to happen, it was right about 9:50, and that's when all the volume started pouring in. We had these massive candles forming, and we did have a lot of gap potential on the stock, actually. I'm talking about from way back in, that would be August 29th. August 29th, this thing made a high of $3.20. But based on the 5-minute candles alone, you could kind of see that we were probably not going to gap up all the way to 320. These candles weren't the most bullish candles that you could have. Closing halfway. This one not bad, but none of them super bullish candles. And then we approached the resistance, and once again, none of them super bullish. I would have liked to have seen a pin bar candle, something more along that shape, as we approached the resistance area for more of a breakout. And though we had some massive gains, they just weren't really as great as they could have been. We closed, though, up 29.37% on the stock, so still a great day for Macrocure. Unfortunately, it didn't get all the way up to the $3 area where it had potential to gap up, but that potential is still there. Interestingly enough, after we made that high of $2.43, we were trending down the rest of the day, basically. We had our next area of lows here, and then we had a little bit of an increase here, very slight. Averages kind of acting as resistance at that point. Another little slight increase, slightly uptrending there, but still overall in the downtrend from the high of the day. And then boom, big red candle there. Never really gained the strength to make another high off that point, and selling off at the end of the day, finishing with a doji. But that is more of a gravestone doji, not a dragonfly doji or something more of the bullish sort, which kind of reflects the movement that we saw today. So once again, I will reiterate that this thing did sell off and it didn't hold the gains, but at the same time, it still closed up 29%. So it is still bullish on the day. It's still up. You got to give it credit. And there is potential to see where it goes tomorrow. I like the fact that even though it didn't close that close to 243, it did close on support. So based on that fact, we can watch how it performs after hours and watch how it performs pre-market tomorrow. See if the volume comes back in, and there could be potential to day trade it back through this channel from the dollar. What would this be? The $1.75 area back up to the $2.20 area. Speaking of those areas, we can check out those pivot points right now. So let me pull up that data and we'll get right to it. So 3 pivot points here on the chart. First one being 227 up here at the top. The next one down there, of course, being that 175 area that we were talking about. And the final one on the bottom, final area of support, 156. So 156, 175, and 227. And trading it from 175 to 227 would still be a very nice gain indeed. That would be about 30%, I want to say. Let me double check my calculation, do a quick arithmetic on that, because I don't want to be giving out bad info on what the gains could be. Let's take a look. That was just a really rough estimate. Let's see, 227. Actually, that was a really good estimate because the percentage amount on the money is 29.7%, so I was pretty close. 29.7% is what that would be, trading it from the low of 175 to the high of 227. Not sure we'll get a perfect play like that, but we could definitely get somewhere around there. I'd be happy with even 20 to 25% on that trade if I got in somewhere on the lower end of, the lower end of that channel. It doesn't have to be around support, and sell at the higher end of that channel. I'd still be happy with that, and I wouldn't mind taking my profits off the table before we test that 227 and risk getting a nasty red candle like that, and then another red one shortly after. And then, of course, there's that potential to break out and gap up. If it's bullish enough, we could break out from 227. But that's going to require a whole other skill set, and it's going to require something else to watch, which is going to be really more press release would be nice, some more volume for sure. The volume faded off pretty hard right off the first hour or so that this thing was trading. You can see when it opened, of course, it didn't have any volume at all. So I think that there's a pretty decent chance for it to go 175 to 227, at least somewhere around those numbers. And there is a slight, very, very slight possibility for us to break out at 227, but I'm really not crossing my fingers on that. It's just something to be aware of. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please like, please subscribe, and please stay tuned for more content like this. See ya then.